Good evening, everybody, and welcome to SAFC Fan TV and another edition of the Sunday Bunch with myself, Sean Middleton. We have CONRAD Lee, we have Michael Bowers, we have Jacob Kirkbride, we have Dino Elgar, and we have the one and only Mad Mistake. Right, anyway, lads, yesterday's result, brilliant result, 4-0 win to Sunderland. Can you remember your score predictions, Dino? Can you remember your score prediction?
I wasn't on Thursday, so I didn't have one.
No, that was a good start. Conrad?
I said 2-0. I think me and Jacob both said 2-0, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Michael, can you remember your score prediction?
I think I said 1-1.
Yeah.
And Terry probably went 4-0.
2-1, unfortunately.
Conrad, you know that's Phil, right? If Philly was on, he claimed he had 4-0.
Philly's got all of them right so far, despite not being here.
I know, honestly.
Also, we're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. I think we're currently on 4,000. I think just sort of 600. I think, Conrad.
Yeah.
I think we're just
600. That's it.
So we're getting there, but it's looking unlikely we're going to get to 5,000. But you never know. Anyway, in the live chat, Fiona SCFC is already there. Acacia Cameron Jude. We Philly said 4-0. No, you didn't. We Philly, you're lying.
You're going to finish that sentence.
Gary Guinness, smiling faces, drum punches in there. Chris Scott up by Easter. Anyway, at the Sunderland Bank Stadium, Lincoln 0, Sunderland 4 goals, clean sheet. Dino, this, surely you can't say anything negative about that performance yesterday. Surely.
Yeah, you're kind of saying no negative. I mean, the second in the league, and to be fair, apart from the two chances they had at the start of the game where they caught one on the counter, and we did get lucky poor by them, but Lee Burge done well for one where he made him go a bit wide and he hit the side netting. Other than that, I thought we controlled the game 100%. I thought we passed very well. It looked like we had a plan. I seen more balls getting floated into the box than just aimlessly hitting it in. It felt like every time the wingers got the ball, they were floating into the back post. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Charlie getting 2 goals, absolutely, that's fantastic. That's great. That Charlie White with 2 goals. Jack Diamond, quality. He won the penalty, which is a stonewall penalty in my opinion. His goal, what a finish. What a finish. That was really good by the young'un. And who else scored?
Charlie White 2, Diamond, and
a little bit as penalty. Good penalty. Overall, good performance. I'm going to take it with a pinch of salt because I remember when Phil Parkinson came in, his first game he lost, the second game he won 4-0, I think.
5-0.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to look too much into it because players normally get a big lift after a new manager comes in. It's what goes on with the next couple of games. I like the formation. I like the change in formation. I thought Scowen played really well. I thought Scowen was one of the best midfielders. He was everywhere, making tackles. I like the fact that he's changed things up. He's brought Diamond straight in. He dropped Maguire. I mean, he's doing things Parkinson wouldn't do. He made a change at half-time. Parkinson never done that. So it's all positive signs at the minute. But let's take it with a pinch of salt. This happened with Parkinson. He won 5-0 in his second game in charge. So let's just see what happens. But positives all around, really.
Well said, Dino. I was just about to say, I don't want to jump on the bandwagon where you like sort of, 1-4-0 and, it's only one game. I don't know, sort of thing. Before I come to you, Jacob, I'll just go to the live chat. Clayton Edwards says something on there. He says something. I think he says, Dino, you will always find a way to complain, give up.
I didn't complain once, eh?
William Tucker says, I think Dino needs to give us a wave for that brilliant match yesterday. Dino, you've got to give them a wave.
Way.
Andrew Beatty says Lee Burge did great to push their lad away. Me and Conrad and Michael made that point. I mean, that was early on in the game, but I mean, if Lee Burge didn't do that, that's safe because if he guns around and puts it in, it's a different game. I mean,
he could have given away a pen. He could have given away a pen.
Yeah. In some sense, it was good keeping by Lee Burge, but would you a bit of luck? Jacob, obviously, clean sheet. big second place team, Lincoln, 4-0, using the 4-3-3 system. Charlie White getting 2 goals. Everybody pulling in the right direction. Happy days. What's your thoughts, mate?
Buzzing, mate. Honestly, buzzing. Obviously, you could tell by me commenting on your live stream yesterday. I couldn't believe what had happened, mate. Just the first. Am I watching the right team here? But I do agree with Dino. A new manager effect, and when Lee Johnson cut, you can tell that he's encouraging his side to his side that he has now with this squad of players to play more attacking, and it worked like a treat. Honestly, I think we started the game. Did well in terms of possession, but like never really showed much in the final third, like the first 15 minutes. And then obviously those 2 counter attacks that one Lee Burge did brilliantly to get a hand on the ball and to stop, was it the guy going round him and putting it in the net? But after those 2, the blow we inflicted on Lincoln, I'll tell you what, honestly, one of the best 45 minutes of football I've seen from Sunderland in a long, long time. Like the blow was as good as Anthony Joshua's punches last night, mate. I tell you, absolutely brilliant. That first 45 minutes, Jack Diamond, mate. Wow, what a baller he is! Like that finish into the far corner, superbly done, and starting from McGeady's counter attack, and obviously him winning the penalty as well, fantastic. And Charlie White, I tweeted before the game, a lot of people were saying that they think that Lee Johnson should experiment with trying to get Will Griggs scoring again. Why? At the end of the day, when your top goal scorer's fit, you've got to play him. And I think Charlie White yesterday, he put all of the haters to bed with that performance. Even when like he got the ball, he was doing brilliant first touches. He was feeding people into play, and 2 goals as well. Fantastic. Just every time we came forward with the ball, like it looked like we were going to score. And even when we were 3-4-0 up, it wasn't enough. You could see Johnson on the touchline spurring on his players saying, we want more. But I understand Dino's point of view saying that when we got Phil Parkinson and it was a defeat and also a win against, was it Wickham and Tranmere? I think we've got a taste of that winning feeling again. I think what Lee Johnson needs to say to these players now you've got a taste for it. Do it on a consistent basis now. And I agree what Michael said also on your live stream yesterday. Just we need to go on a serious winning run now if we're going to stand any chance of promotion. And that's going to be a very, very tough Christmas period for us. But with this new manager in place and this new attacking philosophy he has, we can do it, honestly. And before you go to your next person, Sean, I want to wish Bradley Young a very happy birthday. He gave me a birthday message request for turning 18. So hope you enjoyed your first legal pint, mate.
Well said, Jake. Well said. Before I come to you, my mistake. I'll just go back to live chat. But also, if you could give us the thumbs up if you like what we do, please. Give us a thumbs up. If you don't, give us a thumbs down. And please subscribe to our channel. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost a penny. It only takes a couple of minutes. If you're unsure what to do, just ask somebody to do it for you. It just helps us on our way. So please subscribe to our channel. Willie Philly, the boss with the Mama Steaks, just commented there. He says, up by Christmas. I think Philly's had a couple of too many drinks by the sound of it. Also, Steve Fleming says, hi, Sean, lads. For the first time this season, when we went forward, we looked as though there was going to be an end product. Diamond was excellent. Mad Mac, we need to think of a Jack Diamond song for when we go back to the rugged end. Right, fair point. Thean SAFC says we still lack pace, but didn't look yesterday when we went forward. We looked really quick and some good football at times. Good point, Thean. Thanks, mate. Chris Scott says Virgil van Wijk is on fire. Yep, he certainly is. Anyway, the man mistake. Me and Michael watched your live stream. Well, we'll put it on the bits when you were celebrating the goals.
We were creased. We were utterly creased. Go and watch his reaction for the goal. You've got to
remember. Anyway, my mistake. Passionate as ever. Lovely guy. Lincoln nil, Sunderland 4. Happy days. My mistake. I mean, it kind of get much better, really. Kind of.
Well, what can I say? I mean, it was a total surprise. Nobody expected a 4-0 victory. I mean, but early days, we were a bit sort of, I don't know if we were a bit naive in defence, a bit sloppy in defence, but we're caught out twice. It could have easily been 2-0 down in the first 10, 15 minutes. But I think they learned from that. They learned from the mistakes. I think Johnson then got hold of the defence and basically made them sit a bit deeper so they weren't, high flying and going to get caught one-on-one with the Lincoln's forward line. But apart from that, it was a brilliant all-round team performance. Things you would never have seen under Phil Parkinson. Players getting in the box, bodies in the box, McGeady starting, Diamond starting. Jack Diamond could have played and scored a hat-trick in the Papa John's Trophy. He would never have gotten a start in a league match under Phil Parkinson. Never. It's a credit where credit's due with Lee Johnson. This is where now the rest of the under-23s and other young kids are out there now are thinking, right, if I perform to the best of my ability,
good point.
I can also make it into the first team under this head coach. I mean, with Diamond and McGeady up front alongside Charlie White on fire, can't complain. With bodies in the box, that helps Charlie a lot because it takes the pressure off Charlie and the balls fall under him and other players are taking away the defenders, so he's not marked as much as you saw yesterday, and it was good finishing. The three in midfield, Ledbetter, Powell and Scowen. I think Ledbetter did more of like a holding role where Powell was going forward, Scowen was all over the place. And for me, it was just like I say, you can pick out one or two people who played really well, like Diamond and McGeady, but the whole team performed to a man. And that's what you want a team to perform with passion, with the will to take in what the head coach wants. And it looks to me so far, they enjoy playing with this freedom of trying to offensive football. I mean, you just kind of compare Parkinson to Lee Johnson. There's just no comparison whatsoever. And like, I don't want to waffle on too much, but it was an all-round great team performance. I was just over the moon, buzzing, and hopefully we can take it now to the next match.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. My mistake was absolutely brilliant. I think it's been a long time coming. I mean, Saturday when it's soul destroying when we're not winning and we're getting beaten this, that, and the other. But it was a great feeling yesterday, I must admit. Anyway, before I come to Michael and Conrad, I know I always leave you last because people probably be sick of the sight of us on the live stream for 3 hours. So I always try to bring Dana in first, this, that, and the other. But anyway,
so just laughing at the whole chat, just going, Michael, stop watching telly. Michael, it's just
no,
that's all it is. Everyone's just watching you, Michael.
Thanks, by the way. Thanks very much, Conrad. I've just seen what you put your name in.
Anyway, I'll just go to the live chat before I come to you, Michael Bowers. Andrew Robbins says Jack Diamond is shining like a new dime. Clint Edwards, it's absolutely free, doesn't cost a penny. He's obviously just tapping the mic again. Yeah. I think Michael is bored, Sean. That's Joanne Punch says, Michael, are you bored, Michael?
No, Michael, you smooth operator.
Joanne seems to like that. So,
Sean, you're not at work tomorrow, I'm guessing now because you're smiling. No, I am actually at work. It's been last week though, and I'm not drinking any alcohol at all. William Tucker Bowers watching the Christmas special. Anyway,
no, not quite.
Michael, we done a live stream yesterday. It was a great stream. It was a great feeling. I think the team was absolutely brilliant. Playing 4-3-3. It couldn't really get much better for me yesterday. I was expecting us to get a result, but I wasn't expecting us to win 4-0. Michael, what's your thoughts on the game?
Well, don't tell Phil that because Phil will tell you he did expect us to win 4-0.
Everyone look away. Michael's talking. Look, do something else.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'm just gonna go and watch me Pornhub. I mean Jack Diamond's goal. That's Pornhub right there. Yeah. Okay.
Never failed to amaze me, mate. I tell you.
Sunderland never failed to amaze me, Jacob. It runs in the blood. What can you say that hasn't been said already? Put it this way, I'd like...
What has been said already, Michael? Please repeat what we've been talking about.
Please repeat, okay. I'll repeat about me watching TV.
No, Michael.
If I'm being serious, that is the sort of standard in terms of urgency and intensity and taking responsibility that we should be expecting. I'm not expecting that type of scoreline. Contrary to what Phil Parkinson actually said a couple of weeks ago, we're not actually expecting to win 4-0 every game, but we're expecting to not settle for draws in League One.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn fair. When we went 1-0 up, we said it in the live stream. Went 1-0 up, pressed, got another one, pressed, got a third, pressed again, got a fourth. It's not rocket science. It's not. And I don't know, whatever it was that Phil Parkinson was doing with this group of players. Do I think this squad's I don't think going forward this squad's a top 2 squad, don't get us wrong. But again, that doesn't mean that shouldn't be the aim. And we need to be in touch into the top 2, going as close as possible to January, which is one of the reasons I said yesterday that prior to the game to these guys in the group chat, I wouldn't have took a point. We couldn't afford to drop win yesterday, in my opinion. Look, Lincoln missed. We admit Lincoln did miss 2 very good chances at 0-0. But if we're going to go down the lucky route, well, even though the performance was poor against Wigan, don't get me wrong, Wigan won with their only shot on goal the whole entire match. So, and to be honest, I'm waiting for our luck to turn after all the years in the Premier League and the Championship. So it'd be quite nice to get a bit more luck on a consistent basis. But that's just, like I said, I'm not expecting that sort of quality going forward every game, but I'm expecting that level of effort and intensity, because there's no excuse for the players not to do it. Even if not everything comes off for you, there's no excuse for that. And like I said, we need to go on a big winning run to get anywhere close to the top 2, because 5 points sounds a lot better to try and overturn than,
the game in hand.
Than 8 points or worse, 11 points. So the last thing I'll mention again, like I said, Parkinson's quote a couple of weeks ago was that because of the stature of this club, people believe we should be winning 3-4-0. But when it comes down to the salary cap, it's made things, games will be close because of the salary cap. Well, look at yesterday. Now, again, not expecting that every week, but the mindset from Parkinson and Johnson is completely different. And although Dino is right, though, it's only one game. I want to see us continue this. I don't want, and I said it on the live stream as well yesterday, I don't want this to just be a new manager bounce and go back to playing the way we were before again. I want this to, at this level of effort and intensity, to be sustained consistently, even if not everything comes off for us.
Yeah, well said, Michael. Conrad, before company, I'll just go quickly back to the live chat. And remember to hit the like button, please, and subscribe to our channel if you already haven't done so. If you subscribe as well, just let us know in the live chat and I'll give you a shout out too. Steels and Mick D says, when Willis is healthy, does he start over Flanagan or Wright? Good, it's a good point. I mean, why change your winning side? Steve Flower says, Scown has been very good the last few games. Mad Mac 88 says 100% does Willis start. One good pass doesn't excuse 2.5 years of he swore, but never mind.
Flanagan there.
Steve Flanagan's Conrad, all is forgiven, mate. You are now on a roll. Yes, it's going to be 3, hopefully, on Tuesday.
Too big for his boots.
We're going to get to 7 wins when we play Hull. And I'll be 7-all in terms of losses and wins.
7 in a row.
Yeah.
Colin Major says diamonds are forever.
That'd be a great tune. Can you imagine?
Diamonds are the lad's best friend.
Jack, diamonds are forever.
Yeah.
Conrad.
Sing.
Conrad, obviously, Lincoln City 0, Sunderland 4. Lincoln, they were second. Obviously, I think this last second, only conceded 10 goals before yesterday. I mean, you've got to take all the positives out of that game, surely. After
I think I'm with Dino and everyone when they say don't get carried away because Parkinson beat Tranmere 5-0, but Tranmere were already struggling down the bottom, and I remember being at that game and I didn't think we played any different to how we did under Ross, because he was a similar sort of way of playing football, whereas these last 3 games, even including Wigan, which wasn't all this way, but we've played so much better football in all 3 games. Granted, the crossing was a big problem against Wigan and finding our front men, but we played completely different to how we did before, and that's the nicest thing to see. When was the last time we saw one ball from the centre-back, just straight to Maguire out on the right, he cuts in, near post, Charlie White goal? It takes so much effort for us to score usually. It was nice to see how easy these goals were sort of going in. Basically, just Charlie White's first, header down, taps it in on the line. Other one, coming through the middle, simple pass out to Diamond, curls it round the keeper. It didn't seem like an effort, and that's pretty much how it's felt being a Sunderland fan and watching us play for the last good few years. It's an effort. Every single thing we do to score has felt like it takes so much effort again, really, but I was happy with it all. I thought, like Dino said, when was the last time he made a proactive substitution at half time? I know he was on a yellow card, but again, that's just forward thinking. That's just because we even said, we were like, he's done his job, he scored, he won us the penalty, he played the other night, let's get him off now. He's got a yellow card. Yeah, we'll let Maguire have a go. Maybe if it had only been 1-0, they might have kept him on for another 15. But they were like, your job's done. Maguire can cover for you now for the other 45 minutes, and we'll go from here. And Maguire did well on the right-hand side. He was the one who laid it up for Charlie White. Conor McLaughlin has been great this season, really. Even down the right-hand side. Defensively, still a bit suspect, but he links our whole midfield to someone driving forward down the right-hand side. It was something we haven't had for a long time. I'm just trying to think. I said yesterday, didn't I, that whether we play Will Grigg or Charlie White, they both fit in to this system, whether you're playing it for Charlie or for thing. It's not like you have to play a different system depending on who strikers. It's like this will suit both of them, whoever starts. So for me, ecstatic. We've beaten a bigger team in terms of position-wise, and not only just sort of scraped past them, we took it to them and probably could have scored more, realistically.
That's a good point, Conrad. Before I come to myself I'll just quickly go back to the live chat. Andrew Robbins says, Conrad the Undertaker.
I can't roll my eyes yet, but I'm going to try.
Adam Finch, 7 in a row. Like how many wins we have over the Mags. And the ladies won 2. Even Dino is happy, says Kev Muse.
Doesn't look
Dino.
There it is.
Stop picking on Dino.
It's funny.
SPGS says William Story's picking the keys up for the stadium like next week, and he's got his eyes rolling. We've heard that one before. Colour shorts tonight. Andrew Robbins says, what colour shorts have I got on? I've got the pink ones out tonight, yes. Lucky ones. Because we won yesterday. Anyway, my thoughts yesterday on the game. I seen players yesterday who were let off the leash. That's what I've seen. I've seen players who were just told by the manager to go out there and express themselves, and that's exactly what they did. I don't know if it's if Parkinson's sort of like been restricting them a little bit, or this, that, and the other. But I think the 4-3-3 system is definitely, and that's only one game. I don't want to get too over, confident and excited, but I just like the way when we scored the first goal, the penalty, and then we're just wanting to get the next goal, and then when we got the second, wanting to get a third. That's what was great about it. You know what I mean? Normally, when we get a goal under Parkinson, like last year, we want to sit back and just defend the lead. You don't want to be sitting back and defend the lead. You defend the lead, like in the Premier League years when we had Martin O'Neill or we had Gus Poyet, Sam Allardyce. You play in a Man City side, you get a goal and you defend for your lives because you're playing against world-class players. You didn't do that in League One, man. Do you know what I mean?
If you're George Dobson, you're 1-0 down to Mansfield, you play for a corner.
Remember that. Well, under Parkinson,
in the first half.
The goal had a restraining order against our players from going anywhere near it, basically.
Yeah, true.
We're the top dogs in this division. You know what I mean? When it like starts showing that we're the top dogs, you know what I mean? The proof's in the pudding, and the players have got to prove that. But I mean, yesterday was just like a little glimpse of like, they set the bar now. I think Michael said it earlier on. They set the bar how good we can play. Now they've got to maintain that and play it like that every week. Because that's the standard what needs to be set if we want to finish in that top 2. And it's not out of sight. It's definitely out of sight. I mean, I've seen it. The 4-3-3 system where the counter-attack football and the goal when won it from defence, and McGeady got it and he switched it and then he ran with it and he played to Jack Diamond, and Jack Diamond put it away. It was a great counter-attack goal. I mean, could you have seen that under Parkinson? Definitely not. I mean, Charlie White, I've given crap. Last season I gave him crap, but he's our main man, and give respect to the lad. He scored 2 goals. Yes, he scored 7 goals now. I mean, I'm going to come to a point there if I've got time about Charlie White, but it was a great result. And then the next 3 games, me and Michael Curran was seeing. I mean, it should be 9 points. That's not being bigger or disrespectful, but the next 3 games, it should be 9 points. If you get 9 points, you could be in a better position. Jacob, you want to go in there, mate? Sorry.
Yeah, Sean, I was going to point out to you, I thought that Max Power had a decent game yesterday, mine. So I'm like him and yours.
Not me doing a take for a change.
I thought, do you know what? I thought he was all right. I know some people say he was the best player on the pitch. I think Terry knocked the nail on the head. I think everybody was like sort of, everybody had like a 7 out of 10 or more. Do you know what I mean? It was like all the players put together and everybody played well. Terry, you want to get in there? Sorry, mate.
Yeah, I just want to say it's nice for people now to realise that the players, this squad is good enough to win the league. They're just restricted with a bad manager.
That's a good point. So that's.
Well,
Can I just say, in the chat, they're putting Pomo. I don't know if anyone saw the post-match interview of Lee Johnson. He said Pomo, position of maximum opportunity, which is
Brilliant.
the way he was playing. Every player getting across that front post when we put crosses in, and that was what the winning goal against Oldham. That was Charlie White's second goal in this game as well on there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm all for it. Hashtag Pomo. I think we should definitely do that.
Dino, you want to get in there, mate?
And the mad thing is, this is even our strongest team. We've got Luke O'Neill out. We've got Jordan Willis out.
Minden, well,
Gooch,
Yeah. I mean, like, that's a big headache if
Messi.
because I'm really hoping he's going to
California Messi.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a headache with Luke O'Neill. Where does he play him? I really want to see him in the centre. I really do. I want to see him in the centre. I think Conor McLaughlin.
Headache.
I think Conor McLaughlin's might take that right back. I think he's looked comfortable. He's looked good. And I think it's time for O'Neill to play in his proper position.
Yeah.
It'll be nice. It would be nice seeing O'Neill, getting a chance in the middle, because, like you see, he's got the legs and the energy, hasn't he? And I mean, he gets in the box, and I mean, the way we're playing now. I mean, I was talking to Conrad and Michael. 2 seconds, Michael. I'll let you get in there.
no, that's fine. That's fine.
I think Lee Johnson was, as soon as he comes in, he says that there's something wrong straight away. We're in attacking position, and there's only 2 players on the box. He went, you want 5 and 6 in the box. And then you watched yesterday when the crosses were coming in, there was 5, 6 players in the box, and he gives you more option.
That's how we got caught in the counter attack twice, because I realised there was 5 people in the box. The centre mids were in the box. I mean, one time we got countered because Diamond tried to take someone on, and he got tackled, and then he got tackled again.
It was a bit much early on. Yeah, it was like you're saying, a bit much earlier on. And once they'd done it twice, I think we realised, all right, okay, maybe not too far. Like, do you know what I mean? Don't go too far with that. Because after that, they never came near us, really.
Michael, I'll come to Jacob. I'll come to you before. Michael, do you want to be in there, mate?
Yeah, I was going to follow on from what Dino said, actually. When you're talking about the fact this isn't our strongest team yet, you've still got O'Neill to come in, you've still got Gooch to come back in, you've got Willis to come back in. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier about standards. When these guys come back in and will be match fit, the guys that are playing right now, the attitude should be, oh, crap. These guys are coming in and they're going to want to take me spot here. So I'm going to have to play at the best level that I possibly can every week to have guarantee my place within the side. Just quickly before I forget, because I know Jacob did a shout out for, I think it was Bradley Young. I want to do a shout out to Jalsey, who's been on the channel before. He's on like 968 subscribers last time I looked. Yeah. So if we can get him to 1,000 subsubscribers, that would be epic. Yeah,
Jalsey, he's a great lad. He was on the show Thursday. He's a great YouTuber. I've talked to Jalsey quite a lot, and I says, like, look, Rome wasn't built in a day, and I'm absolutely convinced that his channel will be a success. He's a great guy.
He was on Terry's yesterday. Yeah,
he's a great
told
lad.
Terry that it was an away game.
I know, it's a good thing that Jalsey's on Terry's channel to remind him of where we're playing each week.
Yeah, you were waiting outside for all the players, Terry.
He's on today's channel. He's on today's video as well.
Really? I'll check it out.
Anybody who hasn't subscribed to Jalsey, please subscribe to his channel. Get him to 1,000. He absolutely deserves it. He's a great lad. He's been on the show a couple of times. He knows what he's talking about. So please subscribe to Jalsey's account, please. Anyway, let's go back to the live chat. Steve Lamb says, Dino, it's a great shout. I wanted 09 in the middle, him and Ledbetter. Well, I think Dino's been saying that for a long time, and I totally agree with him. Actually, he's playing right back, but I think 09 and he's best in it when he in an attacking sense. And I think I was talking to a couple of Lincoln City supporters and Wickham supporters, and they were saying that he's better in an attacking sense. I mean, has he been held back by Parkinson playing right back? I mean, 09 can do a job anyway. He's
not even just him. Jack Ross as well, to be fair.
He's versatile, isn't he? You know what I mean? Dean Wood says, Scowen out for 09. That would be tears. Andrew Iddy says, Lee Johnson talks a lot of sense. He also is walking the walk too. Hope he keeps it up though. That's true. It's only one game. We'll find it in the next 3 games. I think next 3 games will tell us, if he's going to be good enough, I suppose, to get in the top 2 or even the top 6. Anyway, early on, me and Conrad done the draw for the competition, which has been going for a couple of weeks, and we can confirm that the winner of the competition was Gary Guinness was drawn out, and at the end of the show, Conrad will put the video up on Twitter to prove that it wasn't rigged or fixed. So at the end of the show, go and see the video. And Gary Guinness, if you're watching, send me a DM and I'll sort it out for you, pal. So congratulations to Gary Guinness. Well done, mate. Well done. And everybody who went to the competition as well. Right. Anyway, I don't know if any of you have seen this, but Scott Wilson, who was the reporter, I think he's for the
Northern Echo.
The Northern Echo, sorry, yeah. But he put a tweet out, and he got a statement of Jim Rodwell. Now I'll read the statement out. It's pretty long, but I want to get the lads obviously the views on it, because it's the first time the club's actually come out and spoke about anything on the takeover, etc. It's been going on for months, and he did cancel the meeting with the Red Mike Army as well, because it was in exclusivity the group. So I'll just read the statement out from Jim Rodwell, who was the chief executive of Sunderland Football Club. When I get it right. He basically said, "There's a takeover. I said as much to some of our fan groups a few weeks ago, and we are just working through it. It just takes time. It is seriously complex because there are so many moving parts to this. There's a will to get it done, but these things never done until they are done, to be perfectly honest. We've been in contact with the EFL, and yes, certain documentation has been lodged with the EFL. But again, this is just a process that can go through from A to B to C to get to that Z point, I guess. The fans have my absolute sympathy, of course. Of course they do. They have been down this road before, haven't they? Our friends up the road, our friends at Newcastle, the same, they have been going through this for 13 years with Mike Ashley, and they've been trying to sell it as well. It's a process, and I get it. I have sympathy for people, but there's not a lot more I can say other than you're working through the mechanics of it. We are all bound by various confidentiality agreements. It's not that it's particularly cloak and dagger, it's just the way that it's being done. There's no great mystery to any of it. It just takes a lot of time. I've done a couple of these takeovers, and this is undoubtedly the most complex one because of the size of the business, the property that you own, various loans that are in place that need to be dealt with, and who foots the ongoing costs. It's complicated, and it's certainly not dull. There's never a dull moment at Sunderland. But without a shadow of a doubt, there's a will to get it done. Everyone is working professionally. Also, obviously, somebody asked them about William Story. That he obviously couldn't say too much, but on the William Story thing, he says, there's a lot of things I'd like to say, but we've made a policy not to talk about anybody while the takeover is happening. I think at the right time, when everything comes out, people will understand. I let people make their own minds about that. I just want to go to something else quickly as well, and I'll get your thoughts. I need to read this out because I think this is quite important. He says that about he says basically, Robert says this decisions were made implemented solely by the current board, but admits he would be astonished if any incoming regime would tear that up. Obviously, the plan. He said the reality is the decision to remove Phil Parkinson was made by the board of Sunderland. The appointment of Lee Johnson was made by the board of Sunderland. Yeah. And the decision to bring in Christian Speakman was made by the board of Sunderland. Those are the facts. So basically, in a nutshell, Dino, Stuart Donald sacked Phil Parkinson. He brought in that Christian Speakman. So what's your thoughts, Dino? Sorry, I'll do first. I'll read out the reply to that statement by Jim Robert. I'll read out William Story's reply to that quickly, and then I'll get your thoughts on them both. William Story says, Rodwell confirms what I said. The Sartori deal is a million miles away from completion, and he can't deny our bid, which is far more money, 100% of the shares, and can happen immediately as we have offered to settle the debts. Fans can and will make up their own minds. So he's having to go back at Jim Rodwell there. Dino, and that's a long thing I've read out there, mate. Sorry about that. Just basically, what's your views on Jim Rodwell's statement to the supporters? And obviously William Story's reply.
Well, the thing what stands out to me is time. He mentioned time about fucking 10 times, which means that it's going to go into January. It means we're not going to spend anything in January. So basically for me, it's just another way to say we can't spend any money in January because we don't know about who's going to be in charge of the club. So time means we're going to go past the January transfer window. That's what sticks out to me. Clearly, the time thing means we're not going to spend anything in January. So I haven't got my hopes up for getting any signings in. So looks like January's dead already. I'm sick of hearing about takeovers. Honestly, I really am. Like, yeah, he mentioned Newcastle, but the Newcastle one was massive. I mean, the Newcastle one was like basically they were going to be bigger than Man City with money. Ours is basically just like a small takeover.
Ours is two
not even
dads fighting over it.
yeah, it's not even a takeover. It's a change of hands. But if it's a change of hands, surely it would be quicker than a full takeover. So how's it going to take that much time? So it's all bullshit, man. However, man, let's be fair. It's all crap. This was all speculated at the start, before the start of the season, and it's still going on now. It's just all bullshit to basically not spend any money in January.
But anyway, before I come to my mistake, I'll just go back to the live chat. Andrew Robin says just subscribe to Michael Bowers. So thanks for subscribe to Michael Bowers' channel.
Cheers, man.
Liam SAFC 16 on Twitter. He says Stuart Dunn needs to give FPP the 11 million back. Well, that's another thing I was going to come to after we've just discussed this. He's also said, I think Terry's having a power nap. Oh, he was.
You can't remember what you said, Sean.
He's watching TV.
I know. Sorry, lads. I started reading this in the day. Jim Robert is the chief executive, and it's the first time somebody from the club officially has spoke on the matter. So I had to address it. I had to read it out. Sorry if it went on a bit. Do you know what I mean? Dean Wood says Terry has collapsed. He still can't believe Sunderland won 4-0. David Wood says Rodwell is a liar. Liam SFC says it's all fixed. William Story will have to pass the EFL test, said Robert Foster. We'll get a loan striker, says Taffy Mattam. You couldn't rule that out, could you? Right. Anyway, my mistake. Sorry about and I went on a bit the statement there about Jim Robert. But at the end of the day, it's the first time we've heard from anybody from the club since I think the Red and White Army had their sit down with them, and then they obviously cancelled one, didn't they, as well, because they said there's a group in exclusivity. Well, we've been down that route before. We've heard that before. But what's your thoughts on Jim Robble's his comments there? The man mistake.
I want to start with William Story. I think if William Story was to buy the club, he would have the backing, the funding, the investors, and the money. The EFL wouldn't let him buy the club with 50 pence. It's not going to happen. So William Story would have everything in place that he's actually saying is in place. Otherwise, it would not go through the fit and proper test. That's the first thing to clarify. So if he does take over, he will have the money in the back end there because they have to provide proof of funds and provide exactly what he says he's going to do. Second thing, if it was a straightforward takeover, if William Story was coming in, buying the whole thing, it would be much easier than the in-house squabbling that's probably going on at this moment in time. That's why it's taken so long. Satori is probably stood up and said, right, I want Parkinson sacked. Donald, you're in charge at this moment in time. You sacked Parkinson. So it probably wasn't Donald who decided to sack Parkinson. It was the people who were coming in saying, right, if we're coming in, we've got like this, say 75% sorted out now. Get rid of Parkinson. You do the dirty deed. I'm going to be the 80% shareholder or whatever it is. I want you to sort it out. Then there's all the loans and the FPP and all this fannying on going on. So until that's all sorted out, they can't really get the takeover done. So all this in-house squabbling between all these different people and factions, this is what's taken so long. They're in no rush to do it. It's going to take the time. As to the January sales, for me, the only one we really need is a left back. Denver Hume is probably prone to injuries now. But if you get a hamstring injury, you try to get another hamstring injury. So hopefully, touch wood, he will be fine in the future. We've seen the other guy, McFadden, being injured already. So for me, they're both injury prone. We probably need another backup somewhere along the line, just in case, because that's a vital part of the wheel and the cog sort of thing. So for me, that's why it's taken long. If it was William Story coming straight in, he'd have bought it by now. It'd be all done and dusted by now. You'd have the fit and proper test. Straightforward. For me, it's in-house squabbling going on over different kinds of things. So for me, it's too complicated. That's what's taken so long. As for Jim Rodwell, who the fuck is Jim Rodwell?
No comment.
Anyway, Jacob, before I come to you, I'll just quickly go back to live chat. And remember to subscribe to our channel, please. Hit the like button. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. And remember, it's absolutely free. It doesn't cost a penny. And if you're unsure of what to do, just ask somebody. And it only takes a couple of minutes. So please subscribe to our channel. I'll just go back to the... Kieran Gill says, Wickham, not a bad shout. Wickham. Wickham, not a bad shout. Liam SAFC says, imagine if William Storey is watching and listening to all of you right now.
What was that, sorry?
Imagine if William Storey's watching this right now. I think he does watch the show, like. So
you message me, William, and tell me what you use in your beard. I need some product.
He said, I feel like William Storey is listening right now. Robert Foster says, well said, my mistake. We'd love to see Lawrence Shantland, says Andrea Robbins. He's a good, decent strike, actually. Dean Wood,
is that the one at Preston?
It was. At,
no, he's in the Scottish Premier League.
He's in the Scottish League.
Oh, Scottish Premier. Right, I'm thinking of someone else.
United, possibly. I could be wrong there.
We were linked with him when Jack Ross was the manager, and we didn't get him in the end. Like,
sure.
David Wood says, well said, Terry. Liam McGeehan says, Storey said he's Premier League players in line. That's what doesn't make sense to me. Who would want to drop to League One from the Premier? Well, he could mean just Premier League players who's obviously, passed over the hill sort of thing, and they want to, get sent out on loan to get a bit first team football. Anyway, Jacob, your feelings on Jim Rodwell's little speech earlier on there to the fans, and I mean we've been down this route before, but what's your feelings on obviously Jim Rodwell's speech and William Storey's reply to him?
I think right now a lot of fans, anything that Jim Rodwell and also William Storey say, they just don't want to go back to the whole debacle in the summer of Storey wanting to throw pointless bids in for the clubs, and the way how also Jim Rodwell handled the season ticket fiasco when that was announced through the club's Twitter, which everyone was raging about. But right now it's looking very likely we're not going to see any takeover developments till the new year. I was hoping that it would be done now, because I was adamant that this appointment of Lee Johnson and the new director of football was made by the new people coming in to take over Stuart Donald's mess, which I would put it, because he's still, isn't he? He's borrowed money from FPP, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's still.
Jim, I'll come to that in a bit once we've figured this. I'll come to that.
No, but also Jim Rodwell, obviously listening to various sources reading various sources this week, he's been linked with the job at the EFL anyway, so he can't really plan too much long term in that sense. But anyway, if the new ownership comes in, it feels like we'd want Rodwell to take that job at the EFL, because it's clearing out what was under a previous regime, and then the new owners can basically have a clean slate. Jim Rodwell, apparently from what people have said at him at the club, he's 50-50. Some say he's doing a good job, and some people just don't really believe him whatsoever. Juan Sartori as well, I can understand. I mean, right now it seems like he's more bothered about running for president of Uruguay, according to some people. That's what his main goal is right now. Would you give him enough trust if he's given the role as the main stakeholder in the club? I'm still not sure, considering he wasn't around on the scene too much before, particularly in Sunderland Till I Die Series 2. Jim Rodwell saying the managerial decision was made by the current board. Even if it is, obviously Lee Johnson, we've still got to give him all the backing he deserves. It'll be interesting, though, as time develops, how this relationship he has with the current board goes in another direction. I mean, them in terms of wanting to rebuild the club for the future. What I don't understand is, though, a lot of people are sceptical about, because Lee Johnson done an interview, I think, with TalkSport this week, saying that he was impressed by Stuart Donald's comments about his ambition of why he wanted him as manager. And I think fans were not happy of Johnson believing a word that Donald says. But at the end of the day, the guy has offered him a job. He's been out of work. What do you expect him to do at the end of the day? Especially when you're in a head coach role, you just expect to work with the players you've already got there. Don't worry about the signings coming in necessarily. That's not your role. It's your job to improve the current squad of players as footballers. That's your role as a head coach. And William Storey also tweeting, claiming that Sartori's deal is miles from completion. I don't know. I just don't know what to believe anymore, Sean, at this moment in time. I think like I said, looking very likely that the whole takeover business is going to be shelved till next year.
Yeah, it's I know it's obviously I bring it up, lads. It's I think everybody's sick of it, to be honest. I mean, Conrad and Michael didn't really when I speak on the matter. I'll just say something as well. Alan Nixon, who was another reporter, also put a tweet out saying Sunderland, the Yanks want their money back when the takeover happens. 11.8 million takeover proven difficult as the Dreyfus wants more of the club than originally offered. The main reason for the delay is in the completion. Gordon Armstrong replied to that and says, "Seeing this today, it's exactly what I'm told, but also I was told the French lad Dreyfus doesn't want to get involved if the present owners take out the AFL loan, as that places Sunderland under a transfer embargo, which naturally a new owner wouldn't want. Hashtag Donald out." So, like I say, Gordon Armstrong again's, he's been, banging the drum about the current regime. My mistake, you want to be in there, mate?
What loan's this? This is the £350,000 loan. You don't have to pay it back.
No, it's, I think, hear about when Donald's supposed to have been saying that he wants more. He wants basically, we're getting some compensation off the government, but I think Donald's arguing the case that because we're the biggest club in the league, we've lost out a lot more money in gate receipts and revenue than other clubs. So he's basically trying to push his luck and get more money. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what he's basically...
Where's the 7 million gone from the FPP? I don't think they've spent a penny. The stadium looks the same. The Academy of Light looks the same. That was going to go on foundation work. Is there any work being undertaken? Is it still sitting in Donald's bank getting interest?
I think that was just. I think basically I was Chris Weatherspoon off the Wiseman City. He's pretty good with the figures and that, and he basically says that Donald took the loan out to basically keep the club afloat because he didn't have the money to keep us going. So that's what he took the loan out for, to keep us afloat. So he could basically bank on getting promoted. Then obviously once we get promoted and get to the championship, he reckons he can get 80-90 million, and he gets his big payday, and then bye. Michael, you want to be in there, mate?
Yeah, I'm going to contradict myself because I didn't want to talk about it much, and I'm going to come in anyway. Also, when we're talking about the money that Stuart does talk at the club, Stuart, where's the £20 million? Where's the parachute money? Where's the parachute money for the club, mate? Yeah. I'd love to know what, he's basically took that out and, well, allegedly took that out, but it looks like he has. He's took that money out. And again, like everyone said, where's the money from the FPP loan? What's happening with that? What's the conditions in which that gets repaid? If you want, right, okay, I'll quickly get my thoughts on the takeover stuff. Like I said, like Dino said, I'm sick of it. I'm obviously, it's not a dig at Sean because obviously it had to be brought up. It's current news. But like, I'll get the William story stuff out of the way. I do agree to an extent with what Sean has said when he's gone on about, if there's absolutely nothing in it, why do you keep going on about it to the level that you did? Because at the end of the day, it's just a publicity stunt, but he's going to lose publicity because he's making himself look more and more like an idiot. Now, I don't believe William's story. When he goes on about, Fabio Borini, for example, his caliber of player was available a while back on a free. Perfect for Sunderland. Guess what, William? I'd love us to sign Kylian Mbappe, but it ain't going to happen, mate. So we need to get into the actual realistic land of League One, unfortunately. But as for the current takeover, like I've said, but Alan Nixon, what he's claiming, if that's right, that Louis Dreyfus wants more of the club, then it just goes to show that Donald wants more and more money.
Of course he does.
And to an extent, I don't blame him. But as long as it doesn't damage the club's best interest at heart, and actually, I think I'm starting to get the same level that Jacob is. Overall, I don't know what to believe anymore. I'm bored of talking. I'm bored of all this stuff going on behind the scenes. I'm bored of hearing conflicting stories every 5 seconds. Like, can we actually just get the truth to come out, and actually, then we can make up our minds once and for all, definitively, what happens with truth. I'm sick of speculation.
My mistake, yeah. You want to get there, mate?
Also, there's over 3 million worth of takens for the season cards this season. Where's that going?
What's happening with that?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
Dino's on the phone buying his now, by the way.
I'll just two seconds.
Probably.
I'll just come back to live chat. Adam Finch says Rodwell is like the other Rodwell, pure crap. David Wood says we do not need an AFL loan. We need Donald out. Frank Mittelmer says Donald out. David Wood, there are no batteries in the clocks in the stadium. Adam Finch says we've got new seats. well, I've got new seats, but who paid for that? So it'll be the parachute payments.
He put that afterwards. He went, "Oh wait, we did that."
Yeah. Anyway, I'll just read another article out what I think you might have heard it in the last couple of days. But it's basically Donald's starting admission. Sunderland's owner Stuart Donald made this remarkable admission to the fellow League One bosses this week that the club could face the prospect of going into administration due to losses caused by the pandemic. Donald was fiercely critical of the EFL's bailout package for the lower divisions, which will see the initial payment of 15 million divided equally between the clubs, arguing with those bigger fan bases should receive more on the grounds that their losses are far greater. Donald is in the process of selling Sunderland to a consultant by Juan Sartori, Louis Defrere, but his revelation about the extent of their financial problems will alarm the club supporters. Now, I think that's for me, that about the administration thing. I think it's just a case of, I think I mentioned earlier on, it's Donald just trying to get more money off this package what we're getting off the government and the AFL. I think he's basically saying, we're the biggest club, we've lost more money than everybody else put together, we want the biggest slice of the cake. That's all that is. Mama State, what's your feelings on that? CONRAD,
I agree 100%. I think it's just Donald being Donald Duck that he always is. He's just I wouldn't believe a word Donald says, and he's just greedy, man, absolute greedy, man. As soon as he sells the club, the better. But I'm afraid we're stuck with him for a little bit, a while longer yet.
Yeah. Dano, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, it's just the administration thing. I think it's a little crap, really, isn't it? It's got to be. Dano, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Sorry, lads.
After he said all that.
Oh,
sorry, I was on. Someone rang us. Sorry.
You slagging all of us off.
It was Stuart Donald on the phone. I think, don't get us wrong. I mean, Sunderland have potential there in the administration. I mean, you've got an owner who can't really afford to keep her afloat. You've got no fans, so you've got no income. Season tickets, obviously, only about 5,000 or how many bought that. So Sunderland do have potential to go in administration. I mean, anyone has. I mean, it's been proven.
What season tickets you say? What about season tickets?
Well, the season tickets, obviously, there was about 12,000 people.
Which is over £3 million at least.
Is it? Have you worked it out, Terry? Let's have a look.
That's quick maths in this.
Adults bought season cards at 350 a pop. There's 3.5 million.
4.2 million.
That's if they're all adults, but some of the kids as well.
Aye, yeah.
So it's going to be over 3 million, at least 3 million of takens. It has to be over 3 million takens. That gives you a vote for a good while, doesn't it?
But does it though? Like, you don't know the players' wages. You don't know, like, obviously all the staff.
Everybody else.
All the staff who work there, like the office staff and all that stuff.
All the ones that have been sacked and laid off.
Yeah, you've got all. I mean,
like, let's have a fight.
John Cook.
Exactly.
I mean,
don't get started on Cook.
I mean, you just don't know, do you? I mean, I know that 3 million, but that 3 million probably went straight into Stuart Donald's pocket for all we know. I mean,
exactly. Then he should be locked up.
CONRAD, you want to be in there, mate?
Yeah, I just wanted to read a shout out for Mad Macam88 said he's just got his wife to subscribe as well. So shout out for Brittany Robbins. Hulkcast said, Sean, if we don't give him a shout out, we're not playing five-a-side this week. So I had to give him a shout. And about the takeover, anyone else can jump in, just not me.
I was talking. You just jumped in anyway. So like,
we've got 7 minutes left. I had to be quick.
Yeah, sorry. I just it could happen. It could not. It all depends. I mean, the club's a mess in the boardroom. It has been for the last 2-3 years. So let them crack on. If we did go into administration, imagine the riots, man. Imagine the Sunderland fans would be devastated.
Oh, Jesus. And anyway, I just because I know all board of the takeover talk now, I'll just ask you all one simple thing before I move on to the last couple of topics because we're running out of time. If you could get if William Storey is legitimate and he's got the batters and the multi-billionaires and it could be a full takeover, would you prefer a full takeover with him or a switching of the shares where Donald, Methven and Sartori retain a stake? Dano, quickly, what would you prefer?
A full takeover because a change of hands now would change club needs change. Maybe you've got to take a chance. We took a chance on Donald. It hasn't worked. Take a chance on Story. It might work. It might not.
My mistake. What do you reckon?
Well, Takeover, as he will have the fit and proper tests from the AFL, so he will have the funds in place.
Yeah, Michael.
I was quickly going about the administration thing. Sorry, I'm saying which newspaper reported that?
I'm not sure. I think the Wiseman see it put on Twitter.
I think I saw somewhere it was the Daily Mail. No, it's the Daily Mail.
Right.
Then I'm going to give that the attention it deserves because I don't believe that. And if we do go on administration, then Stuart Donald for me to blame for that because he's took enough money out of the club rather than think about it. As for the question you asked, which to be honest, I don't think I'd prefer either of them. If I had to desperately pick, I don't know. Probably the change of hands only because I just don't. I think William Story's been a bit of a fantasist with some, not all, but some of the things that he's been saying. But I don't know. Whichever one, I do whatever's best for the club. Put it that way. I'm just bored.
Right, Conrad and Jacob. Conrad, you want to speak about? Not of you. No, Jacob.
He's not bothered at all, is he?
Jacob, quickly. Obviously, the full takeover with William Story. If it's like I say, because people say, "Oh, you believe in he's." If it's real, if it's true, and he's got batters or multi-billionaires, would you prefer a takeover with William Story or a switching of the hands where Donald and Methven and Sartori retain a stake? Jacob.
Neither.
No, that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Sit on the fence with me. Get in.
We'll sit on top of that fence.
Lads, we've only got 5 minutes left, so I just want to mention, obviously, the Sky Bet League One team of the week. Lee Johnson was the manager in that, and also 2 players in that squad was Grant Ledbetter and Charlie White. So I just want to mention that. So quickly, what's your thoughts on that? 2 players, Grant Ledbetter and Charlie White in that League One team of the week. Dino.
Diamond should have been in it. Not Ledbetter because he only scored a pen. Definitely White and probably Jack Diamond, in my opinion.
Yeah. My mistake, just quickly.
The whole team should have been in it. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Michael, quickly, just for a couple of things to.
Well, obviously, Ledbetter's goal was a penalty, but you've still got to put the ball in the back of the net. I think it's just because. Do I think Ledbetter deserved to be in it overall? No, he wasn't the best player on the pitch, but he was good. Charlie White scores 2 goals. If he ends up helping us to a successful season, and by that I mean promotion, then fair play to the guy. Long may this continue.
Yeah, Conrad, quickly.
I'm happy that they're in there. I'm trying to think of the last time we've had anyone in that team.
I think 09 was in there. There's the last one. I'll check every week.
There you go.
Buzzing for both of them, and like Michael says, just long may White's goal scoring continue.
And well said, mate. Jacob, quickly, please.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Also considering Ledbetter, I think he won the Goal of the Month award for November as well. And also, I'm a bit
rightly so.
Tom Flanagan, sad that he missed because that brilliant killer pass through that led to our 4th one was superb, and he had a solid game yesterday. But can't agree more. Disappointed though that Diamond missed out, like Dino said.
Right, I'll just obviously I'll get the score predictions for Tuesday, the game against Wimbledon. I'll do them quickly. Then I want to ask about Charlie White this quickly as well. Charlie White's on 7 goals now. Can Charlie White get 20 goals plus this season? Dino, yes or no?
No.
Right.
No.
My mistake.
Okay, yes, why not?
Michael Bowers.
In the league, 20 goals, not a chance. Over 10, definitely.
Jacob.
Yeah, go on. Why not, Wakey boy?
I'm going to put me neck on and say I think he might get 20 goals because in this 4-3-3 system, 4-3-3, you never know. Conrad, do you think he'll get 20 goals plus?
We've got 30. Is it 30 games left? So why not?
Why not? Good answer. Lads, obviously Tuesday we're doing a live stream. By me and Conrad and Dino. I'm not sure if you're.
Maybe
depends on work. Depends
on work. Hopefully Dino can join us as well. We're doing a live stream for the Wimbledon game on Tuesday. Score predictions, Dino. Wimbledon. What's your score prediction?
2-0 Sunderland.
I'll just write these down. Right. 2-0. My mistake.
Dino, have you just watched my video? I said 2-0 before.
Did you?
Right.
I'm going to change it to 12-0. No, sorry, 2-0.
Michael Bowers, score prediction, mate.
Okay, I'll go 2-1 Sunderland. I think it's going to be a different game to Lincoln to the extent that Wimbledon are going to put more men behind the ball, but take responsibility, hopefully we'll be fine.
Right, Jacob Kirkbride.
2-0 to the lads. Goals from Charlie White and Jack Diamond. My prediction.
Right, Conrad.
3-1 Sunderland, goals from Charlie Wyke, and Charlie Wyke.
Right,
and the own goal as well, Charlie Wyke. He's going to get 4.
I'm gonna see it. I've been ambitious throughout the season. I've been near because we've had obviously a negative manager, but I'm going to go for biggest win this season. I'm going to go for 5-0.
This is good. This is still going to go tits up.
You've got to be ambitious. You've got to
It's
be.
Sean's fault. If we cock this up, it's Sean's fault.
We were ambitious on Thursday. We were all ambitious, and most of us said a win against Lincoln, and we didn't expect
my mistake
it.
Was in there. My mistake.
Say, I want to say, I wish Wee Philly well, and I hope he's growing a big white beard for Christmas. That's why he hasn't been on YouTube. He's growing that big Father Christmas beard.
Have you ever seen Wee Philly in December? No, didn't think so.
Right. Anyway, I think that just about wraps everything up tonight on the Sunday Bunch. Sorry if I didn't read all the obviously the comments in the live chat. There was loads, but I try to read out as many as I can. Thanks for people who's subscribed to our channel. Remember to please subscribe. We're trying to get to 5,000. There's a couple of weeks left before the end of the year. It's looking highly unlikely, but I can honestly say that everybody and part of the team at SAFC Fan TV will give 100%, and we'll get there anyway, no matter what. So for myself, Sean Middleton, Conrad Lee, Jacob Kirkbride, Dino Elgar, the Matt Mistake, and Michael Bowers. It's bye for now, but we'll see you on Tuesday night for the live streaming of the Women